Hello and welcome to this video. It's Cody Wyman again. In this video today we're going to talk about the movable C clefs, or the set clefs that tell you where middle C lies. That's what these middle C or movable C clefs are. Movable C or movable middle C clefs are clefs that look like a double line with two C's connected to it. They look like a bar line with two C's connected to it. The gap between the two C's is where the middle C rests. If you look to the right, it'll look like the common times sign twice, or it'll look like a bracket. The space in between the bracket is where middle C line or space is on the particular staff in question. You would write this clef if you have a tenor or viola line, or tenor or alto clef. Tenor or alto, yep, that you need to write for. The alto clef has a C at the center or third line of the staff. The center line goes through the gap between the two C shapes that make up the clef. And so now you'll see here that these four clefs go clockwise, as I have them here, from smallest to biggest, or highest range to lowest range clockwise. The C, the one that's labeled C down at the bottom, is the soprano clef. That's one movable C clef. It has the middle C down at the bottom, and the reason why it has the middle C down at the bottom is because it needs more range to have higher notes on the treble staff, or have more lines on the staff, so that the notes written do not go into the ledger lines, which are above the staff. Generally, when you have a clef that's put lower on the staff as a starting point, their range will have more notes on the staff, so it will be higher. And the opposite is also true. If you have a clef that has the middle C, for instance, towards the top of the staff, most of the lower lines in the staff will be lower, or towards the bass side of things. So you have your soprano clef here on the far bottom right, followed by the next clef, which is labeled B in this diagram, and it is the alto clef. All right. And then you would have the number 2, which is at this one right here, and that is called the tenor clef. The tenor clef is also used in viola music because the middle C is right in the center line of the staff, and that is the main indicator of most viola music. Is if the middle C line is in the center, then you know you're in viola range there. And then the next, the last one here is the baritone clef. Notice that each of these four start out from highest range to lowest range. The range being the more lines it has above the clef, the higher it is, and the more lines it has below the clef, the lower the clef's notes would be shaped. So this one, the fourth one right here, is the tenor clef, which is typically used in tenor trombone music or trombone at B-flat music. And it is not so much used in today's scores because we use the bass clef for a lot of that. So you won't be seeing a lot of those pre-1990s or something. You normally see it in scores that are like 1950, 1960 era or below. But that is still used in different types of music today, and it's also used in some choral music, so be on the lookout for those. Those are quite common as well. So those are the 4 movable C clefs. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to consult the Q&A, and In the next section, we'll be going over the elements of music in detail, which include melody, rhythm, harmony, timbre, and so forth. So we will see you there.